Hello guys, welcome back to my YouTube channel T-Spot. In this video, even the tiniest graze packs a powerful punch because Sanditon on PBS is a proper Regency romance. It has a sensual quality when two lovers who can't express their love through words discover a covert way to do so in public by touching. The second episode opens with Charlotte walking with a message in her hand. The narrative can be heard being told by Ralph. He anticipates that Georgiana's situation will soon be resolved, allowing Charlotte to return. Arthur rushes around town to make sure everything is in place. The king is going to Sanditon to attend a musical event at which a well-known American soprano will sing. He decides against playing the bagpipes and makes a few minor adjustments after discussing his plans with Lady Susan. Because Georgiana's chances are stacked against her because of her advice, Tom has been looking for a lawyer to represent her at the hearing. However, the case has been rejected by everyone. The Lord Chancellor, who was chosen to handle the case, does not appear to have any sympathy for her position. Charlotte stays in Sanditon to support Georgiana as she fights the possibility of losing her inheritance in a legal battle initiated by Charles Lockhart. Lady Susan advises Charlotte that Georgiana's case might serve as justification for staying in Sanditon. Ralph, Charlotte's fiance, will miss the chance to see the king because he has returned to his farm. She should, however, go to Ralph if she truly loves him and wants to marry him. The ruler-chancellor, relegated to the body of evidence, is known to be against cancellation and is in this way gone against to Georgiana for various clear reasons. Charlotte, on the other hand, wants to make sure that her friend has a good lawyer, which is a hard task. Her case will not be taken by any lawyer. Charlotte suggests that Georgiana write a letter to the newspapers describing how unfair her situation is. Alexander Colborne rushes off to London after learning about Georgiana's situation. When Lady Montrez and Lydia, one of his writing partners, arrive at his farm, he is not present. Instead, Leo and Augusta show their intolerance as they welcome them. It's clear that her mother doesn't like it and doesn't support it. Lydia finds it funny too. Fearing that Georgiana will lose her fortune in court, she is reluctant to wed her son. Alexander appears alongside him and his lawyer brother Samuel. Samuel will acknowledge Georgiana's case and supports her situation. Yet first he really wants to perceive areas of strength for how is. He mocks the kind of experience she will have if she speaks in her defense by asking pointed questions about her mother and previous relationships. Georgiana skips court because she doesn't want to be embarrassed in front of everyone. Even though the hearing will go on regardless, Samuel tells Charlotte that Georgia has little chance of winning if she doesn't speak for herself before the trial starts in 2 days. Charlotte decides to try to convince Georgiana to testify. While Georgiana was sandwich grilled, Charlotte and Alexander waited in uncomfortable silence outside. Leo and Augusta heard Alexander mention Charlotte's absence, but it's clear he wasn't just referring to them. Samuel notes Alexander's interest in Charlotte. Later, he says that Sanditon has a lot going on that is interesting and requires careful observation, and he enjoys watching the relationships develop. Edward successfully begs Reverend Hankins to take a break from his duties so that he can write a confessional poem so that he can talk to Augusta and ask her to read it. He knows that the poem will impress Augusta. Outside of Sanditon's, Edward is waiting. Stay house. However, if he has trouble writing, Beatrice Hankins advises him to speak from the heart. Beatrice is inspired to write herself. Despite keeping this information from her sibling, she has been communicating with Dr. Fox. Edward finds a way once more to go to Augusta and tell her that his poetry is bad. She finally decides to cut off all communication with him because she believes he is only interested in her inheritance. She also tells him to stop using his false and pathetic flattery. But it's clear that she finds it funny. Despite accepting the challenge of convincing Lady Denham to accept Raleigh Price's investment in a Sanditon and hotel, Raleigh Price, a successful investor, does not give Lady Denham much thought. 50 years ago, he turned down her at the altar in favor of a more wealthy bride. Certainly, that's how she remembers it. He can recall her abandoning him. Mary Parker has proposed that the hotel be built on a hilltop with a view. But Price wants it built by the sea, which would mean tearing down some fishermen's shacks. She is, however, willing to accept a hotel built with his funds if she receives a cut of the profits after speaking with him. Tom is uneasy, but he believes the hotel won't be built because he believes Lady Denham will continue to oppose its construction. He promises Mary that he and Lady Denham will not allow Price to build structures over other people's homes. The only exception is Lady Denham, who, much to Ton's displeasure, makes it abundantly clear that she is in favor of Price's strategy while waiting for the regal recital, which will no longer be royal for the most part. Tom receives this information from her. Lord Montrose informs Arthur that there are rumors that Lady Susan has been abandoned in favor of a new lover, according to a message that Arthur has received that indicates the truth. The king will not be visiting. She admits to being surprised by the king's decision to cancel, but she keeps it a secret because she knows what it means for her. Arthur is devastated, particularly in light of the fact that Soprano Greenhorn went out of her way to travel to Sanditon and take advantage of the one-of-a-kind opportunity to perform for the king in her capacity as a black woman. Lord Montrose suggests that they keep the king's absence a secret and only tell her after the show that he can't be there. He even dons his finery and his title to impress her when she arrives at Sanditon. Greenhorn, on the other hand, learns the truth from Arthur, who cannot lie. She says she will still perform so Arthur doesn't lose all the money he invested. Lord Montrose steps in during the fight to help Arthur. Because he finds Lord Montrose to be pleasant and reassuring, Arthur asks that he be referred to by his first name. Other connections also begin to warm up around the recital. Price tells Lady Denham that his biggest mistake was not going to church with her when he usually does. Samuel initiates a conversation with Lady Susan after observing her disappointment at the king's neglect. Augusta asks for a headache to avoid going to the recital after receiving a letter from Edward, who wants to just walk with her. Additionally, Alexander and Charlotte are seated next to one another at the performance. As Greenhorn performs a love aria, they hold out both hands with care. Georgiana makes the decision to fight over her inheritance. She will give an independent testimony in court during the performance. As a result, she and Sandwich set out for London. Let us know what you think in the comments below. And don't forget to like, subscribe, and share the video. Thank you for watching. See you soon.